Al Jazeera inciting violence on the wings of al-Barak. Al Jazeera may finally lose their legal rights to report the news from Israel. Israel's press office reported on August 16th that they will revoke the press credentials from a prominent AJ journalist whose sympathies clearly lie with terrorism rather than journalism. The virtue-signaling tantrum throwers that make up Al Jazeera are likely shocked, although they're probably alone in their shock. This is a fitting punishment for Al Jazeera's perpetual and unceasing campaign against the Jews and Israel, their support for radical Islamist groups, and their deranged version of the news. The journalist in question had told another television station that the work of Palestinian journalists was part of the people's resistance to the Zionist occupation, outing himself as something other than an unbiased observer and recorder of events in Jerusalem. If Israel does fully ban Al Jazeera, they will be joining 5 other Gulf and Arab countries. Al Jazeera was founded in 1996 in Doha, Qatar, and is owned by Sheikh Hamad bin Tamir bin Mohammed Al Thani, who is Sunni Muslim royalty. It doesn't get much more state-owned than Al Jazeera when it comes to the absolutely wretched condition of today's news media. It could be said that AJ is the CNN of the Islamic world, and we all know that CNN is literally ISIS. Haaretz reported on July 27th that Benjamin Netanyahu had threatened to oust the violence-loving media persons over their less than impartial coverage of the Al-Aqsa, or Temple Mount, unrest in July. Netanyahu took to Facebook saying, "I've several times appealed to law enforcement agencies demanding to close Al Jazeera's office in Jerusalem. If this does not happen, due to legal interpretation, I will work to enact the required legislation to expel Al Jazeera from Israel." The trouble that Al Jazeera finds itself in today isn't merely due to the glaring omissions in their coverage of July 2017's riots in Jerusalem, but rather speaks to a larger behavior pattern within their organization. In the Huffington Post blog from 2009, Meaden noted that the discovery of Ardi, the oldest hominid skeleton ever found, was big news for the science community around the world. But in the Middle East, the news triggered a different order of debate. A research team revealed Thursday that the discovery of Ardi proves humans did not evolve from chimpanzee-like ancestors, reported Al Jazeera on its Arabic language website under the headline, "Ardi rebuts Darwin's theory. Religious zealots denying the facts of modern scientific research." Well, as Paul Joseph Watson would say,
Imagine myself.
Honestly, it's good business sense to deny evolution on the most popular television network across the Islamic world. Islam, after all, presents Allah alone as the answer to life's greatest mysteries. While Mahmoud Hussein of Al Jazeera sits in an Egyptian jail for his part in the crimes of Al Jazeera-inspired terrorism, which masquerades as reporting, the rest of us have nothing left to do but wait for the Islamic world to catch up with the real world. Al Jazeera demands press freedom. The freedom to lie about the history of Israel, the freedom to distort scientific fact in regard to evolution, and the freedom to rile their Arab customer base into a frenzy of violent protest across the Middle East and beyond. It's no wonder that Al Jazeera America failed in less than 3 years. America doesn't need any more hate-fueled rhetoric posing as news. Beyond Al Jazeera America's consistently low ratings, their habit of lying to their target audience forced them out of these beautiful United States in April of 2016. Good riddance, Al Jazeera America, and one can only hope for the demise of all of Al Jazeera's enterprises. May they meet the same fate in Israel that they did in America. In other words, the process of natural selection in today's independent media landscape may force the extinction of dinosaurs like Al Jazeera.